Another day, another sad little Mac. But this is a very sad Mac compared to usual. Look at this. This makes me sick. Look at the Wi-Fi wires. Look at this. Look at this. Well, who the fuck would do this to the poor little Mac? It's bad enough that the new Macs, you don't get Wi-Fi if you're trying to use the USB adapter at the same time as the Wi-Fi. But now that's not good enough. You have to rip the fucking Wi-Fi out of the socket. Really? Really? This is cruelty. This is cruelty. Why would you do this? Seeing this makes me sick. This makes me so sad. Sad. As Trump would say. Sad. Sad. All right. Let's take a look over this board and see why it's all fucked. So let's see what it does first. We're going to plug it in. Where is Mr. Clinton? Oh, that t-shirt is gone. All right, so we get a light on the charger. So PP3V42 must be present. Next up, PP bus G3 hot. Are you present? Oh, you are present. All right, so let's take a look over the board and see if it'll tell me anything. So the machine has already told me that somebody took the effort to rip the cables out of the Wi-Fi antenna, which is that's just mean. Why would you do that to this poor little board? It's so mean. So let's take a look over it.
For the purposes of most tech firms, additionally insured parties would include your customers and clients. People who enjoy additionally insured status on your policy can receive coverage benefits if the work you do on their behalf leads to injury or property claim against them.
Dude, don't sign that shit. Jason, don't sign that. Anytime a company that you're selling parts to wants you to fill out liability insurance and for them, you're getting fucked. I've sold to school districts, I've sold to hospitals, I've sold, not hospitals, the company that sold screens to medical devices to hospitals with the screens that we sold them, they've never asked for that, not once. But that stupid little chain of shitty stores, no. Run away. Either that or just tell them, yeah. And don't let it be a polite GTFO. Make it a mean GTFO.
I want some of it. I mean, you can still buy stuff from me right now.
You'll get better customers, I'm telling you. Ooh, look, a nice little scratch. Isn't that nice? So that they probably used the knife to get the webcam connector out. Do you fix printers? Printers cost $50. I don't. No. Printer. Okay. Oh, it's starting to look a little fluxy. Starting to look a little fluxy. Alan says the wireless card has been raped. It sure has. Yeah, somebody's trying to get Jason to fill out insurance, a liability insurance policy for them so that they can buy parts from him. What kind of terrorists are you selling to? It's like, no, seriously, like why would a store want you to fill out a liability insurance policy for them before selling the micro soldering stuff? No, it's not. They're using those words. Those are weasel words. When somebody says this is standard or oh, we have everybody sign this, that's weasel shit. They're trying to bully you into signing something that's bullshit. Because if it wasn't bullshit, they'd have a reason for you other than we make everybody sign this. What if you don't want to do what everybody else does? Just because everybody else gets raped doesn't mean you should. You fix $5,000 printers? No, not enough. Every time I've gotten a call from somebody saying, do you fix printers, it's like some 10-year-old HP inkjet that cost $50 when it was new. Just no. No. Just kick it. That's what I do to my printer. I just punch it or kick it with. And then eventually when it stops working, I just throw it in the trash. Hey! Ahem. What are you? Oh, what are you? I think we found something. Yes, we have found something. And what else is this? You didn't even desolder the cap. You ripped it off by its poor little leads. Look at that. See that orange over there? See that orange red stuff? Those are the leads of the capacitor. Oh, why did you do that? That's so mean. You didn't even desolder it. You ripped it off. That's so mean. That's disgusting. Lewis, what would cause U6990 not to output power? VCC, N, and ton are all there. Replace the IC, no change. Huh. Does the machine work if you just output 3.42 volts using a power supply rather than the chip? Maybe. And what are you? Interesting. So what is this? This is not a real pad. This is some shit stain looking pad over here. All right, so let's go and look up what these things are. All right, so over here, this is a cap between PP3V3S5 and grounds. Not really critical. Here is a cap between PP3V3S5 and ground. Damn, these guys really have something against PP3V3S5. And this is a resistor R7941 between S5 power good and PP3V42 underscore G3 hot. So let's take a look at a couple of things. First thing I'm interested in is PP3V3S5 actually there, because perhaps they were chasing a short to ground because PP3V3S5 wasn't present. Second thing I'm going to do over here is check voltage on R7941. I want to see if PP3V42 G3 hot is present over here. PP3V42 underscore G3 hot is present because I get a light in the charger, but it may not be present over here if there's a glitch. BlackBerry needs a t-shirt of her own. We were just talking about that.
That's so funny.
We were just talking about that. We were going to get a polite t-shirt for her, like a, may I please have some schematics, sir? Because she's the adorable cute kitty, and Clinton is the cunt kitty. So, Clinton's an asshole. So, hey, you can see the multimeter in this angle. Ah, I didn't fuck something up for once.
When did you send this guy home anyway?
So, over here, hey, that's not PP3V42, that's 0.01. Okay, we got a hint. And PP3V3S5 is present. All right, so now we've got a hint as to what's going on. So PP3V42 is supposed to be present over here, yet we have 0. All right, let's see what these fuckers did. Beck is soldering very good. I'm glad to hear it. Paul, what type of microscope are you using now? Okay. I feel like I'm cursed lately. Poor Chris. You're getting all the shitboards. You need to reset, man. Reset. Start fresh. Let's get this stuff the F out of here. Alright, so it looks like that pad under there was a bit damaged. So we're just going to scrape. Some gentle scraping. And it's gone. Because instead of gentle scraping, I destroyed. Whatever. I should have probably used a better soldering iron tip for this. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll bring PP3V42 over there and make this great again. Alright. So let's replace you, and run a wire for you. Shall we? So somebody pointed out the other day that my links to the Crest Ultrasonic Cleaner weren't working on Amazon, and I noticed that almost everybody selling those ultrasonics on Amazon stopped, and there's like 2 available. So I'm looking into becoming an authorized reseller of the Crest Ultrasonic Cleaners. We'll see how that works out. I got a positive response back from them today. Very positive response. Copied and pasted response, but very positive response. When do you tell us your wage? My dick is on Reddit. I don't believe you. Send a link to help at microsolderingsupply.com so I can have Jason confirm. Phew. Damn, what happened to my skill? That cap is standing up. Shit, I must have left my skill at home today. Oh boy. Stance on Pissgate. Oh, I'm not even following that. Some stuff is just too stupid. I could wind up being incredibly wrong, but it's just, like, there's just some stuff I don't want to spend my time on. Pissgate is BuzzFeed crap. Honestly, it's really cool to have a president that says that BuzzFeed is garbage. Like, that's awesome. I mean, because he's kind of right. Oh, fuck. Because, I mean, BuzzFeed is garbage. It's nice that it really is. I mean, it's not like it's something that you need to have the president say, but it kind of is. Zefrank had a really amazing channel. Zefrank then went and did the BuzzFeed thing, and he left his amazing channel, and instead of making really cool content, now they make shit. Sad ending to what could have been an amazing legacy. Because those True Facts videos, all that crap that Zefrank did, oh man, that was good stuff. Today we will explore true facts about the mantis shrimp. The mantis shrimp is a fossil of the prehistoric clown that all real clowns have evolved. I mean, I can't do it. I'm gonna fuck up trying to do any of what Zefrank does, but I mean, it's awesome. That was just high quality stuff. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Any tips for replacing, repairing the HD970M and an iMac 2011? Yes, get a new computer. That would be my hint. There's some way that you can modify the BIOS of it so that you can use a different graphics chip that's cheaper. And it'll work than the bullshit chip that's out right now. But still, like, I try to stay away from that stuff. I try to stay away from GPU issues in general. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to you buying a GPU from some not trustworthy scumbag that's going to send you garbage chips that were rejects from NVIDIA or AMD. But yeah, like, BuzzFeed is shit. It's just like pure, unadulterated shit. Because, I mean, I remember reading something from Gizmodo the other day, and it was something like, I see this person on the internet every time I see bullshit. Like, it was, I forget what it wasn't an argument, it wasn't a conversation, it wasn't anything. It was just fucking drivel. And because they used big words and tried to make it sound fancy, people take it seriously. And that's the problem with a lot of this shit journalism. I shouldn't even really call it journalism because that legitimizes it. But, yeah, that stuff is all shit. I hope people know how to tell the difference. What do you think of the new ThinkPad T570? I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's Google it and see why this is a piece of shit. I bet I'll be able to tell you why this is a piece of shit in less than a minute. Let's see. It's not on their website yet. Actually, yeah, it's in the newsroom. Let's see. Is there enough information from the newsroom to say why this sucks? Lenovo's been fucking up everything for the past several months. Several years, actually. Hey, okay, they got a 4K touchscreen. Finally. Hey, what do you know? They listen. So it's got a 4K touchscreen, which is nice. Okay, maybe it won't be a piece of shit. Oh. Great website, Lenovo. All right, next. Let's see. Not enough information. I want to get a picture of the keyboard. Does it still have that fucked up keyboard layout? I can't tell if it still has the fucked up keyboard layout. If it has a fucked up keyboard layout or it has a numpad, it's junk. Off-center keyboards are junk, and so is that new keyboard layout where they fucked up where the home, the end, and the delete key and all that is. Until they bring that back, and I also can't tell if it has an antimicrobial keyboard or not from a picture. But if it doesn't, it's just garbage. Because those are the things that made Lenovo stuff worth the extra $500 or $1,000 premium. If they bring that back, great. If they don't bring it back, then fuck them. They're just as shitty as everything else. Can I use business laptop in free time or only for business? Only for business. Only for business. If you use it for anything but business, the IRS will know that you lied when you called it a business expense. It'll report to them when you play Dota. Alright, let's see. Do we get any progress here? You said you like Lenovo. Yeah, and I'm sure I liked any of the women that I was dating at the time that I was dating them too. Times changed. Lenovo changed. I didn't dump them, they dumped me. They fucked up their keyboard, they fucked up their interface, spin! Damn you. Alright. Let's see. PP3V42? Yes. S5 power good? No. So S5 power good is 0 volts, which is confusing because I have PP5VS5 right over here. Huh. So how is this chip making PP5VS5, but it has no... Okay, you're making PP5VS5, yet S5 power good is 0 volts. I would assume if it's making it, that my S5 power good should be present. But it's not. Let's measure it at the actual chip itself, shall we? Yeah, it's not putting out that voltage. All right. Since this chip was surrounded in some goop-looking crap, and is where they decided to rip off all the capacitors, I'm going to start by taking this off. Let's assume that they screwed this up. This is a safe place to start, I think. Lewis, check your YouTube PM. Eventually. I have way too many YouTube PMs. I used to check that religiously. I stopped like 2 months ago because it was all just motherboard repair questions. Ah, the ultrasonic thing. I want to see what Crest says first. I appreciate your offer, though. Can you replace the graphics chip on a motherboard? I can, but I really don't want to. If I take a $50 chip and I put the $50 chip on the board and it doesn't work, I wasted $50 and an hour of my life. Like, see, that's the thing. Replacing these chips takes, what, like less than a minute? And the cost is free. What's the story behind the sheep logo? The sheep is honest. And the sheep doesn't rip you off. It's a humble little sheep. Let's clean that pad. It looked a little nasty. Micro pencil's not the best for that. I don't need a website. I don't want to do it myself. You're lying. No, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. You're full of it. You probably need a website. And with the power of Wix, you will be able to make it yourself. Without their software. Because you'll be so sick and fucking tired of hearing about it that just out of spite, you'll make it yourself. You'll write the fucking code in Notepad++ before you use Wix. I shouldn't say stuff like that. Wix probably paid for my San Diego vacation. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you can't break it up to see which advertisers paid you what, but I'm pretty sure Wix paid for my San Diego vacation. That would be a very conservative thing to say. Because every now and then, if I'm at another computer, or I'm not signed in, or I'm using a different browser, and I click to reply to somebody's comment, it takes me to the video, and since I don't have YouTube Red if I'm not signed in, I'll hear an ad, and every time, do you need a website? Like, if I were a web design company, what I would do is I would capitalize on the hate of Wix. I truly would. And I would make an ad like, you don't need a website. We'll just let you get to the fucking video. And have the ad be like 2 seconds long. And it would say sponsored by not Wix. That's what I would do. I think that would go over pretty well. Fuck. That was terrible. What did I just do there? What kind of temp should you set a solder station to? You set the temperature to the temperature that works. I know, shitty answer, but that's the only answer there is. Because there are millions of different boards out there and millions of different soldering stations that have all these different characteristics. So there's really no way to answer that question. You set the temperature to the temperature that works for you. What is the temperature that works for me? That's your journey. You'll find out. I have faith in you. Do you need a motherboard repair? Maybe I should. Maybe I should make an ad like that. Do you need a motherboard repair? Why not do it yourself? Do you need a board repair? Why not do it yourself? That would be an excellent ad. Alright, let's see if S5... show me what you got. Still nothing on S5 power good. Oh, that's really lame. Why would this chip decide to pull down S5 power good? That's so lame. Alright, we're going to go through this systematically. First thing to do, somebody said that I missed other ripped off components. We're going to go through the board and look for the things that I probably missed. So let's take a look at what I probably missed. Do you need a website? Okay, so where are the components that I missed? Nothing is ripped off here. By the way, sometimes you just have sections like this that have solder pads but no components. That doesn't mean they're missing. It just means that they weren't getting used on the board. I'm also not going to spend... Hey! Okay, you guys, when you're right, you're fucking right. Okay. My bad. I should have listened to chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll never disobey chat again. Alright? I'll listen to everything that the chat has to say regarding how to fix the board. I mean everything. Okay, so which one are you? This is hard to find. Stop, I can't get that out of my head. What is it that you can't get out of your head? What can't you get out of your head? What is it? You're saying that there's something that you can't get out of your head. Don't say stuff like that. I'll make it way worse for you. See? I told you. I'll make it way worse for you. I'll make it way worse for you, man. Alright. So let's figure out what the hell that's for. So what are we looking at? Oh. That's a cap between PP3v3S5 and ground. What the fuck? These people really had a hard-on for PP3v3S5. Why? I mean, that cap doesn't even do anything. PP3v3S5 is present. Why would you fuck with that? Why would you fuck with that? Man, these guys really hated PP3v3S5. Alright, let's put that back on as well. This board loves to absorb heat. Lewis, what will you do when we send a male stripper to your shop? I'll instruct everybody to piss on him. still, that's not going to fix anything. That has nothing to do with our problem. You can rip off every single bypass capacitor that's small on PP3V3S5. That has nothing to do with our issue. See? Still dead. Alright, so let's just go through this systematically instead of just looking around the board, because I think we're at a point where we got just about everything that's been ripped. I'll give it one more look through just to see if there's any other mental handicap shit going on here. From but I'm pretty sure. Hey, we got another one. Jeez, why? Let me guess. PP3V3S5, right? And it's like, it's not even like they soldered it off. It's just, oh yeah, bam. Let's just fucking destroy it. That's a great way to go about it. Let's just rip it right off the board. What a bunch of dipshits. That, again, that's another cap that's not going to do anything. But still. What a bunch of dipshits. This board is really good at absorbing heat. Yeah. One of the many reasons the 3462 is annoying to work on. Alright. Lewis, you still didn't catch the ones that I saw. Where are the ones that you saw? I'm afraid that everything these dipshits broke off is on the same line, and that I'm chasing, and that I should be chasing this logically by just going through the list of rails. But at the same time, it's the end of the day, and I kind of don't want to do that because I want to go get a burrito. Okay, what about this? This is fucked up. Well, what's this shit? What a bunch of fucktards. Why would you do this to this poor little motherboard? What did this motherboard ever do to you? What did this motherboard ever do to you? Should I get Amtech A559 or Chip Quick? Oh, don't get Chip Quick Flux. Unless you enjoy having flux that like turns into solid. It's really difficult to clean. Very difficult to clean the Chip Quick Flux. And it turns into this hardened mess. The Amtech, I don't know, and the thing is, the pricing on this is pretty similar the last time I looked. So, I mean, there wasn't really a big benefit financially of buying one over the other. Why would anyone rip components off a board rather than desoldering? Dude, that's like 95% of independent repair at the moment, sadly. It's very difficult to, it's very difficult to find people that are good at their job. And it's not just this. It's like with almost everything in life. It's really difficult to find people that are actually, that do a good job. Just in general. That care if what they do is, you know, reflected well or not. Most just don't care. But I'm not surprised. Because in America, for the past 50 years, we've been paying people even if they have no job. We send the lesson that it's not even about bad work. You don't even have to do work at all. We'll give you other people's money. But that's another story entirely. Why do I gotta use a desoldering station to remove the capacitors? I'm just gonna beat them off the board. I'm gonna take my flathead screwdriver and a hammer, and I'm gonna show those caps who's who. Yeah. Just idiots. Trump will ban burritos. The fuck he will. Never. Nobody will ban burritos. I heard Apple is going to start letting consumers fix their equipment. Would this piss you out of business? No. Hey, I heard that people are going to be able to make their own burritos using materials that they get at a grocery store. Is that going to put Chipotle out of business? Didn't put them out of business, and their burritos suck. Alright, so let's see. What else did I miss from these dipshits? What else? You're not going to fool me again. Point out if I'm missing any components that got knocked off, alright? Most people lack the capacity to do well, so not caring is a way that they keep their sanity. My heart pumps piss for them. Somebody said right there near the chip. The chip. Which chip? This chip? Point to me. What are we looking for? To the right of the BNW IC. Okay, let's find. Where's BNW? To the right, BNW. This says BNW right here, and to the right there's a capacitor there. Is there another IC with the same name? This one? Lower? Lower? Okay. Different B&W. Alright, let's find everything that says B&W on it. Doing this with the lag of a stream is probably incredibly frustrating for all of you. I'm going left 10 minutes after you say go left. It was to the left right at the beginning when you asked. Okay, so the left, right, I started down here. Polo. Jason, would you give up if somebody just randomly ripped like 15 caps and resistors off the board with it wasn't even desoldered, it was like tweezers and a hammer. Like iPhone style, except and after this we have to fix the Wi-Fi wires on 3 antennas. Okay, fuck it. We're just gonna go through logically then. So the first thing is that I see that they fucked around this area, which is the clock area. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I should double check and see if that is the clock area. That is a 24 megahertz crystal. Alright, we're just gonna go through logically. But I'm probably fixing a donor board. You guys are right. This is a waste of time if I ever saw one. Okay. Let's go to the schematic and go to page 7 and find the list of rails and see what we have. So PP bus G3 hot we have. I'm just going to go through every single one. We're going to go through every one and check them out. Alright, so let's see if this rail is present. Do you have a grid overlay you can put on the stream? I don't even know what that is. Grid overlay. 12.5, that's present. Next up, this is the same as that, so fuck that. The DCN is obviously DCN board is working. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have anything else. PP3V42 is present as we registered before. Registered. Not measured, not registered. Measured. What did I just say? I'm losing it. It's time for a burrito. PPVRTC G3 hot. Let's check that. That's an important one. PPVRTC PPPPPP. PPV HPV HPV RTC G3 hot. Where am I going to find that?
I need trade references to work with this company.
Trade references?
Yeah.
The same one as before?
Yeah.
Dude, just tell them to go fuck themselves, man.
I love this list of stuff you sent me.
Tell them I'll fill all of this out if you make a minimum order of $30,000, non-refundable via wire transfer. The terms that they're setting for you are fucking ridiculous. They're pretending that they're a real company, which they're not. They're a joke. If you do business with them, you'll be financially destitute. Okay. I should start sending people email. Like seriously, what legal company are they using? The same attorneys as Vice or something? Okay, so PPVRTC G3 hot is 2.846 volts. PPVRTC G3 hot is supposed to be, according to schematic, 3.42 volts. So let's take a look at why that is. Is it being dragged down by something, or is it not being created properly? We're going to take a look at PPVRTC G3 hot. Somebody's trying to rip Jason off. If Jason gets ripped off, we all suffer. And I'll have to teach, and fuck that. And do SD card data recovery. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's look at U2600. So on pins 5, you're supposed to be getting PP3V3SO, which is probably not going to be present. I doubt we're in an SO state if RTC voltage isn't present. We're supposed to be getting PP3V3S5 and PPBAT. Okay, so let's check pin 2. Let's make sure that the input of this is getting what it's supposed to be getting. So pin 2, PP3V3S5 on U2600 is going to be required for the chip that creates PPVRTC. So it's getting... Wait, what are you getting? Multimeter. Wait, PP3V3S5 is gone, but PP3V3S5 was present before. Say what? Am I losing it? Yeah, 0.52 volts. Huh? Huh? Oh, you troll of a motherboard. Yeah, you are a trolling motherboard. Where are you, PP3V3S5? Where are you, PP3V3S5? Okay, back to the drawing board. We're gonna go back and see why PP3V3S5 was so hated by the last person who messed with it. All right, so PP3V3S5. Let's see where that gets created on here. U7200, unless they change. Here we go. PP3V3S5. It's going to be created by U7201 and output on L7260. Let's check out L7260. L7260. It's going to be right up here, so we're going to check for a few things. First thing we're going to check for is that it's being told to turn on. So we're going to check pin 21 of U7201 to see that it's being told to turn on. So pin 21 of U7201. U7201. Pin 21. And it's 3.3 volts. So the chip is being told to turn on. Next is going to be checking L7260. See what we get as output there. L7260. Let's make PP3V3S5 great again. 0.1 volt. Resistance to ground. What's resistance to ground? $15 ohms. Oh. 17 ohms? That's some bullshit. Here, this board has a CPU, so I should be able to get a decent reference with this. Yeah, 500, let's see. 0.700 kilo ohms. Which is like, yeah, that's way off. All right. It's time to blow something up. Hey, what do you know? They knocked off a component next to that, too. What the fuck? What is this? Seriously? Okay, what is that for? Jeez, it never ends. A capacitor. All right. I guess the first thing I want to see is which side of the coil is the short on. Is it on the system side or the creation side? So I'm going to remove that coil so that we can get an idea of whether the short to ground is on the system side or on the creation side. So when I say system versus creation, this chip over here, U7201, is responsible for taking 12.6 volts and then telling this transistor to switch it so there's pulses. So 12 and 0, 12, 0, 12 and 0 until it averages out to 3.3 at the end. So is the short circuit on the system side where 3.3 volts is being supplied, or is it on the creation side, U7201, this transistor, and so on and so forth? So we're going to remove L7260, which is the link between the output and creation, and see what goes on. Do realize that if Paul Daniels is a real programmer and had implemented the problem is here functionality into Open Board View, I wouldn't have to do any of this. This is all Paul Daniels' fault. He told me that he was going to implement that feature months ago. Months ago! I want to be able to plug the JTAG port into Open Board View and have it say, problem is here. But no! That's only in the paid version. That's only in the paid version. Hey, Tarman, how are you? What's with the wrench next to some people's name in chat here? That wrench means that they can fuck you up. They can beat you over the head with it. Okay. Alright. Did I seriously not switch it over to the microscope while I was removing the coil? No, that was pretty dumb. Alright, so you missed me removing the coil. No big deal, I suppose. Alright, so L7260. Let's see. What is the resistance to ground on the creation side? I mean, the creation side is here. 100, 200 ohms, 300 ohms, 400 ohms, 500. Okay, and on the system side? System side is shorted. Okay, so system side. So now we have to figure out what is shorted on the system side, which means sending 3 volts. But the problem is 3 volts at 17 ohms. That's not going to be a short that's noticeable, which actually puts us right back where we started, where these jackasses were ripping everything off the board with a hammer to try to figure out what's wrong. So that really sucks, because we're literally right back where we started. That really sucks. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, 3.3 volts at 17 ohms. That's... Jason, you think I'm going to notice anything? 3.3 volts, 17 ohms? That's like a 1/15 billionth of a watt right there. This is going to suck. Why am I using a micro pencil for this? We're going to locate the short that they didn't want to. And it better not be under the CPU either. Yes, beep you. Beep! It's the chip you replaced. It's not the chip I replaced because I removed the coil. That chip is completely out of that circuit at this moment. It has nothing to do with it anymore. That's why we removed the coil, to rule it so that we could see which side it was. On a normal board, we get about 700 ohms to ground. On this board, we get about 700 ohms to ground on the creation side, but on the system side is where the resistance is low. So the chip I replaced is out of the picture entirely in terms of troubleshooting. All right, so we're going to send 3.3 volts through, and we're going to try to turn this thing on and see what happens. I'm kind of curious if it'll actually be able to turn on off of the power supply. So we do this. Voltage 3.3 on 0.06 amps. Yeah, nothing's going to get even remotely warm. My only hope is that the short burns its way through, which is probably not going to happen. All right, so I plugged in the MagSafe just for the hell of it to see what would happen. Yeah, on the MagSafe I get... Yeah, there's nothing there. Out of curiosity, let's see if Let's see if PPV-RTC G3 hot is present when I'm using the power supply to supply the 3.3 volts. Just for curiosity's sake. Just for curiosity's sake right here. PPV-RTC G3 hot. Where are you? HPV-RTC G3 hot. HPV-RTC G3 hot. Still 2.8. That's pretty interesting. So even when I have the proper input voltage... Oh, that's really interesting, actually. So regardless of my input voltage, I still have only 2.8 volts. Ooh, that's something. And PP3V3S5 doesn't even make it over to the chip, so check this out. So U2600 is responsible for PPV-RTC G3 hot, right? So let's go over to U2600. U2600 is responsible for that. It has PP3V3S5 sysclock coming into it. I'm injecting 3.3 volts right now, so I know that it's present regardless of short or not. It's there. And it's not showing up over here. That's insanity. That's crazy talk. Wait, am I looking at the wrong chip? Ooh, that would be a... Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong chip. You're a dumb fuck. Okay, I was looking at the wrong chip. Let's try this again. Okay, PP3V3S5 is... Yep, PPV-RTC G3 hot is created. Huh. Yeah, it's time for burrito, I think. I mean, this is... Yeah, what the hell is going to be... Huh. This also tells me that even if I get PP3v3S5 to work, that it's still not going to turn on. Which kind of tells me that this is a complete waste of time. Because think about it, even if I do solve the problem of the PP3v3S5 short, I'm still not going to get ahead. So the whole idea with this kind of testing is that if I apply 3.3 volts from the power supply, that the board is not able to power because of a short, then I should be able to get to the next stage. You need a burrito? Why not make it? You know what? Why not order it myself? Yeah. Do you think it's the Russians? Perhaps it is. I think the Russians ripped all these capacitors off. It was the Russians. It was the Russians. Most likely. If you look at everything PP3v3S5 goes to, I mean, a 17 ohm short is honestly a troll. That's just like, yeah. Because 17 ohms is one of those things where it's, yeah, that's just, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a troll, alright. That's lame. I'm kind of curious if the resistance will have gone down at all since I've been running 3.3 volts through it this entire time. Let's see. Trump would piss on this board. Dude, I'm about to piss on this board. I think pissing on this board would be incredibly appropriate. Let's see. Yeah. I'll leave this one for Jason. Half this. We'll come back later.